Oh, oh, jeez.
Hey,
That
bro.
you get turned into some AI there. Elon Musk get hold of you.
How are you, bro? No, actually,
Good.
I'm going to
Oh.
I'm going to act like an idiot, and I'm going to be in the idiot box.
Ah, the idiot box. Nice. Let me find what I want. How's that?
Oh, that's nice. Look at that for a star 40.
Yeah, that's Castle of Good Hope in Cape Town. It's literally in the middle of the city, like
Wow,
in Cape Town. It's just sitting there. I know, right?
that's
Of
fucking
course,
awesome.
now it's now for army or some crap like that.
Wow, crazy, man, crazy. But so cool at the same time.
It is, isn't it? It's a perfect 5-pointer, built by people with wheelbarrows.
No power
You
tools.
know, no power tools, perfect geometry.
Yep.
Yeah, and of course
Mm.
it's made as a fort because that's what you would do. You'd have all these buildings as your walls up the top here. You'd literally, your buildings would be the walls, so that where people are sleeping and working is where all the cannonballs are going to land, right? Makes sense.
Mate, that's just awesome. Who built that?
That's the thing. That's South Africa. There's one that's almost identical in USA. What is it? Fort McHenry. It's another big 5-pointer. It's almost identical, and it's on the other side of the realm to it. So
Wow. And mate,
no,
these are in positions where somehow these ancients knew where these ley lines were. I guess with Michelle Gibson's work, she's joined them all up and found that they're all on specific points.
yeah,
It looks like this whole thing was a big circuit board at some point, mate.
yeah. I think it had to be. I mean, we've got all the ley lines. I mean, but the thing is, this isn't. This is just, this is just a star, right? This is just a little part. Like all these old world cities, they were star. I call them star cities. They were all walled cities, all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Every single one had a wall around it, had the canals in there, had the cathedrals, had the star fort on the side. So we kind of think of star forts, but star forts are actually the smallest part of the whole sort of star kind of network. Like the cities were the bulk of it. These were just, I think, the power centers that were,
The little
yeah,
pieces.
built on energy grid nodes.
Mm. Mate, when I was in Italy, there's a town called Lucca, and I did a bit of guitar work over there in a place called Bagni de Lucca. And funnily enough, that's where the story, the Pinocchio story, was written in that little town there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and as we know, the story about Pinocchio, it's a story about the pineal eye, the pineal gland. Pinocchio in Italian means eye. So, and it's about the boy seeking the truth. But mate, this Luca was this was like about 7 years ago now. So, mate, Tartaria hadn't hit yet, and I was definitely a geocentrist at that point. But I wish, yeah, again, I wish I could go back and look at this now, mate. This, when you talk of a walled city, this was a walled city, Luca, and mate, massive
Yeah, right.
walls. And then now I look back, guess the doors to this city, mate, are fucking humongous. That's one I might have to do a little story on because that's out of control, mate.
Yeah. It's like that scene from what was that show that everyone was watching? um, uh, the with all the castles and those brother and sister that were incest. What was that called? And the dwarf and the giants. You know,
What,
everyone
Harry
was watching
Potter?
it. Cer-
Harry
no,
Potter.
Cersei was the queen. No,
Oh,
no. Um,
I
why
just
can't I remember it?
bad jokes.
You know, it's not Age of Empires, but it's like that one, you know,
Yeah,
with the
okay.
ice giants and the ice wall.
Yeah, I know
What's it
that.
called?
What's it called? It's like a game where they've got to escape or
God.
something. Is that it?
Yeah, it's it
Yeah.
sounds like a game. Yeah, I can't even. It'll come to me in a minute. But there's a scene in there where they walk in from the you know the barren icelands with a giant, and the giant's massive. He's like 60, 50, 60 foot or something, and he just walks through the gate because it's that
Yeah.
big. He can walk
Yeah.
through it, and
Yeah.
these little ant people sort of going around at his feet. So we just, I mean, I don't know. There's so many questions. You look at Penn Station and some of these old, oversized buildings, and it just doesn't make any sense at all.
None of, mate. I think
Did you see the latest EWAs come out?
No, I haven't seen that. I did see someone posted on Mudflood Australia that this video that actually mentioned you, that you posted this video. I haven't seen it yet, but it's something about that like Tartaria's like a psyop or something like that. Have you seen that yet?
Tartaria is a psyop.
Yeah, or something along those lines. Yeah, I'll bring it up now. Yeah, we'll go to
people. You see, this is the thing. I mean, how? I can show him a map with Tartaria. I can show him 50 maps. So, like, what are they saying is a people have got to start speaking words, right? You can't say Tartaria is, a psyop when we have maps showing Tartaria. We have Tartaria King's List. We have the flags. Tartaria definitely existed, and we can prove that. But people, for all we know, he could be saying the mud floods crap, but he's just used the word Tartaria, or he could be saying, who knows what he's saying, right? What the hell does Tartaria mean?
Yeah.
Tartaria is just, the country that we all know that was wiped off and that was hidden from us. And we've got CIA documents telling us this, that literally say it word for word. We wiped it out and we hid it from history. And Tartaria has become this sort of buzzword, when I think we need to understand that it's Tartaria is a part of what we're looking into. But we know at the same time, you look at Africa, it was Barbaria, right? So Tartaria wasn't the whole world. It never was. We had Barbaria, we had, all these other places. So, it's I don't see that many trolls, but then again, I should probably read, probably read the comments on my video, shouldn't I? There's no doubt they're out there, because Dave mentioned that the other day. He's like, how many trolls do you get? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Who cares, right?
Who cares, bro? I just delete them, mate. No one even fucks with me now.
Who cares?
I don't even bother. The energy's why give them?
It's not worth it.
Oh,
if you try and, so I was just going to say, if you try and have a normal adult conversation with these people, you're going to waste hours and hours and end up in the same place where you started. So don't even give them any of your attention. We don't even know they're humans.
That's it.
Look what's come out with Twitter. They're saying up to 90% of users on Twitter are bots. Up to 90%. That's the whole platform. People are out there interacting with a program and arguing with a bloody computer program. I mean, come on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, mate. It's funny how it's a real personal attack. They always come back, like, if you ever address them or something like that, they just come back really personal and try to attack you like in that sort of sense. And it really, I think when it first happens to you, you get really rattled, or I did many years ago. And then, sorry, it's my daughter's birthday today, mate. And
Oh no!
it's all right.
Happy
But,
birthday!
yeah, happy birthday, CC. She's 15. So, yeah, I'll just let her know I'm doing a potty. But, mate, very.
I mean, I used to, because at the start, and people would say these comments, and I'd like, oh, because you think, oh, that's a person, that's a human. I'll have a conversation. They think that, or I'll put my point of view to them and see what they say. And you just then you very quickly realize these are not people. Even if they're walking around in bodies, they're still not people.
Good
They're
point.
there to distract us.
Mm.
That's all the system wants, is to distract us so that we focus on what it wants us to focus on. And when we're doing that, we're not focusing on the truth and on the right stuff. That's the whole scam.
So the
look
whole
over here, look over here,
Yep. And mate, really enjoyed our chat on Spiral Up, your other channel, the other day.
Yeah.
Really cool. I enjoyed that.
Goal setting, yeah.
So the goal setting, mate, fuck, just so people know, like, how quickly you can change things. Like, mate, I only recently made that decision to take, my music. Look, I always thought I was going to be a rock star when I was 19, 20, right? Then I had kids and anyway. And then, mate, I just had no desire to play to zombies, basically, for so long, And then I think I mentioned that recently in one of our vids that, I've now got the, mate, like, I've realized that, fuck, we've all got gifts. You got to use it. So, mate, I've made that decision to just go full-time music, and within 2 days, bro. Yeah, 2 days of sending my bio out, I've got 3 or 4 gigs lined up. I'm playing at this really big market on the weekend, which is like just Humundy Markets, which is a real big, like, the whole town's a market pretty much, mate. But anyway, it's a really good start. And then I've got this gig in a brewery in a couple of weeks. I've got this, 3 or 4 gigs have just lined up. There's my money.
Effortless, exactly.
But there shouldn't be this battle, because once you see, and my missus said this to me the other day too, she goes, you realize when you accept it, it's gonna happen a lot quicker than you think, and mate, it's like, it's just like a steamroll. It's now I'm like, fuck, I don't have a PA. I've got a PA system, and so I've got so it's just all happened fucking real quick. But yeah, man, and it's crazy what the universe, like we said, once you put that energy out, fuck, it just gives back, And I said to myself, I need a little part-time job just to get by. Mate, I've got this little part-time gig now, job as well as my music. Like, yeah. So anyway, that's me. But I'm just saying, everyone, we are creative, and guys, just fucking forget. Like, don't.
I think a big part is to speak it. This, like, we've got to speak it. Yeah. I mean, you think of society, right? I mean, you're not supposed to sing in public, right? You're not supposed to make noise in public. You're definitely not supposed to tell the universe what you want from it. You're not. I mean, literally, there's a saying: if you talk to yourself, you're crazy. That's what they try and tell people. If you talk to yourself, you're crazy, which basically means if you're talking intention to the universe, they want to call you crazy. That's how you create. So everything's backwards. So, I mean, it's back to the old rule, right? Whatever they tell you, do the opposite. Turn around 180 degrees and go the other way, and you'll be going in the right direction. Yeah, it's just all a scam.
Fucking oath. I can still remember when I was a boy, mate, Dad would say, Gaz, you got to read the paper every day, mate. You got to know what's going on. Oh, bro, now I look back and I'm just like, fucking hell, I'm glad I didn't read the paper every day. And there's a lot of Bible guys, mate, to walk down in the morning, get the paper, come back, do a poo.
I don't think I've ever read a paper. I definitely haven't ever read a paper. I may have read a few articles, but even that, I don't think I've even read, like, maybe a couple of newspaper articles. I'm just not interested. I've never read a magazine. Well, I used to read like martial arts ones, and that was about it.
The magazines you used to look at, you don't read them, Campbell. You just look at the pictures.
Yeah. Just look at the center page, right?
Those days are over. We know that. We're not. We don't soil our own.
Must get the hand off the joystick.
That's it, mate. You've got too many kids at home in their bedrooms playing with their joystick. You know, the mother thinks
Well, that's the problem is with these smartphones. You know, people are giving smartphones to their kids that are like under 10 years old. Now you got a smartphone, you got Google. You've got as much free, you know, porn, whatever you want.
Dude, when I was,
you know?
Yeah, mate, you probably remember when we were kids, mate. I remember I found a porno magazine once, and you know, obviously I was very excited about that as a teenage boy. But yeah, the difference between when you find a porno on the street or something, you take it home, you just can't believe, you're worried your mum's going to find it, hide it under the bed, finding numerous hiding spots.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever. And yeah, these days parents are just giving them kids a phone with just access to, again, just hardcore, crazy.
Yeah, and most people wouldn't even think about it. But I mean, this is the thing. I mean, this whole technology, and we know it's all about children ultimately, right? But children need rules. Children need boundaries. Children need, you know, a defined existence, really, don't they? Because, you know, they need that focuses them for one thing, but also, I mean, shit, there's just so many things to lead them astray that less is better. Less is so much better. You know, there's this whole idea of, the person who gives their kid the most presents or who buys them the most stuff, or the kid who has the best clothes and bike, you know, they're somehow, you know, they've got an advantage, right? Lucky them. Look what they've got. I would say the opposite is true. I'd be like, you poor bugger. You're going to hit 18 and 20 and you're not going to know what's going on. You're not going to be able to work. You're going to be wondering why people aren't just turning up at your door, handing you money and whatever you ask for, because you've never been taught to work for anything. You've never been taught that, you know, so this whole, you know, giving your kids stuff and presents at Christmas and all that, and Easter eggs. Oh, you've been a good kid. I'm going to full of sugar and chemicals. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Let's pretend it's about Christ.
Fucking unbelievable. Feeding our kids lollies. These lollies.
The worst thing is people who go to church and then they go home and throw eggs at their kids. So what's the correlation there? What's the correlation between Christianity and a rabbit that lays eggs? Not a marsupial, not a lizard, a rabbit, which is a mammal, laying eggs. I mean, this is just, it's just confusing. Like, what the fuck? What's it got to, you know? And obviously, you know, rabbits are springtime, multiplying, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere, it's to do with, you know, spring and that, but they cut that out of the story, right? And they tell you it's about Jesus. It's like, what? How is a rabbit about Jesus? Oh, come on. It's just like a fat old man in a red suit's about Jesus. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
That's terrifying. Big fat dude climbing down the chimney, you know. I just love
getting drunk.
Getting drunk.
Putting you on his naughty list, you know. He's checking you all year to make sure if you're naughty or nice.
Oh, he knows that you've been sleeping. He knows if you're awake. Fucking hell. Yeah, man. And I'd literally lay there going, yeah, I've been a good boy. I've been a good boy, Santa. No, actually, I did a few things wrong. Yeah, but mate, Santa, I found Optimus Prime.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I found Optimus Prime.
You found Optimus Prime.
Your mum and dad's wardrobe. It was just terrifying. The reality. There's no Santa.
Oh, but when you still thought he was, okay.
Yeah. And then
I mean, and that's the worst bit, right? Then you've got to tell your kids it's fake.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been lying to you since you were born.
Then it got to the point though where, mate, I knew, then I was just pretending. And then Mum and Dad used to put all these presents under the tree before Christmas with your name on them. So
Yeah.
then on the night, Santa would come and give you like generally like the bigger ones, you know, and then
Look at the
but
Santa ones.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I found all the bigger ones in the cupboard, so I knew what I was getting, and then all the little ones I'd sit there and unwrap when no one was around to see what I was fucking getting. So I I was like an actor from 8, you know. Oh wow, I didn't
It's for
expect
Christmas Day. Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a schmozzle,
Yeah, you
brother.
got to feign the look of surprise.
Far
But
out.
I mean, isn't it interesting that like Santa's literally like Jesus? You know, when you think about the naughty boy and you know, has he been good or bad? And literally the kids will sit there going, Santa, not God or Jesus, but Santa, please forgive me. I was bad. Bring me a toy. Forgive me. To Santa.
Yeah,
What
Santa,
the fuck? What?
the big fat guy.
You know? Yeah, and we know what happens to that name when you add an N to the end.
Satan.
And
I
you
just
know,
love
change,
Duco.
change the
Yeah. How's
change.
one thing I always crack up about? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So just quickly, yeah, NASA. I just love it how they go T minus 10,
What does it
9.
mean?
You know, so you go, fuck, what's T minus? So you got
Yeah,
the word Satan,
P minus.
and then minus the T is NASA. So they're
Oh,
telling you there's Satan. It's Satan. They're telling us T minus 10, 9. They do the
minus. Yeah, right.
countdown. So it's Satan. T minus. We got NASA.
Yeah. So
Fuck, bro.
yeah.
Haunting reality, eh?
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a scam, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
All right. What have we got here? So this is one of these
Bro,
electric
you know
parks. Do
how
you
I
know what
sit
this
up
one
late at
is?
night, you know, looking at pics with my daughter while she's asleep.
Oh, pictures.
Yeah, so mate, I always thought something was a bit fishy about why is it doing that? Luna Park and there's Luna Park in Sydney, there's Luna Park Melbourne, there's Luna Park Pittsburgh in the US. There's Luna Parks everywhere, yeah. And mate, they all look the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. They all look like this fantasy world, you know. Coney Island. This is Coney Island, but
Is this Coney Island, is
this
it?
is Coney Island, mate. This is the central
Oh,
tower
yeah.
in Coney. Like, look at that, bro. Like, as if this
We
isn't.
got a year there. Right. I mean,
So,
that's a lot of electricity.
yeah. It's early, mate. It's early 1900s. I know that. It's like 1910, circa 1910,
Yeah.
something like that. So there, look at the scale of, again, that tower's fucking humongous.
Mm.
And what's it being used for?
And
Why?
what's its purpose?
And just so
Yeah, exactly.
early
What's it doing
1900s,
there?
mate, we're led to believe life was tough, you know. But all they seem to be doing, mate, is going to amusement parks and bathing.
And dressed in the best clothes, you know, walking
Yeah.
around, yeah, hanging out at these bathhouses and stuff, or at the beach fully clothed, wondering what they're supposed to do. I mean, I think, you know, unfortunately, I think what it looks like is that's what the adults were doing, you know, and all the kids were working in the factories.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we see.
Yeah.
All the kids were doing the work. And so did you see oh God, I can't remember anything today. That a video came out 2 days ago. I remember in a minute, but he was talking about I've lost my point completely now.
Or was it
No, he was talking about like the Odd Fellows and how they were a group and how basically, you know, the whole orphan train, you know, infant incubator sort of thing was obviously producing a new population. Mind Unveiled, that's what they're called. And he was saying,
Yep.
were they basically all these first, group of orphans, were they literally raised in these, or at least believing in these secret societies like the Oddfellows and stuff. And so that first population, they then become the rulers, like that, for the next generation that come up, right? And he had this big, so it's quite an interesting video. So yeah, anyone watching, go check out Mind
They're
Unveiled.
awesome. They're really good, man. And
good channel, yeah.
yeah,
And they're growing too. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna start doing some work, right? Like they hit 100 grand.
I saw
Like,
that.
I think it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. They're up to 115 already.
So how are they growing and we're getting fucking desubbed? You know, and they talk about.
I actually hit 50 grand. I actually went up a bit, but every month I get in my stats, it says, you've got, 3,000 new subs around about.
Yeah.
And then again, but it takes me 4 or 5 months to go up 1,000 subs. So it's just I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I think they're just unsubbing people.
Yeah. Oh, big time. I think they are for sure, mate. I've had people written to me saying they're doing that. So yeah, it's definitely happening. But yeah, mate, here's Coney Island, the tower and general view of Luna Park. And look at it. Like, again,
it's just a power station, right?
Yeah. Look at these.
If we're talking
towers and
ether antennas and tall towers, look at them all.
And there's somatics of it, like it's over this. That's all somatics through there.
I counted them as well. There's 18 of them.
6, 9,
so it's 9, right? The God number.
Yeah.
1 + 8, 9, God number. So, I mean, that's just. I mean, look at the infrastructure that they've had to put in there, right? And if we're thinking electricity, to say 1910, then electricity is literally what, 30 years old? Is that about right? 1880s, 30, maybe 40 tops, since it was literally invented, right? And after that, you then need to invent things like wire and microglobes and machines that run on it.
Just jump in.
And then you need to build the factories, and then you need to get trained. Like you need trained electricians and all the materials for them to go in here and light everything up. And then you need the power source.
That's it.
So, people tend to go, they see these photos and see all the lights and they're like, oh yeah, but electricity was invented 10 years before that photo. And it's like, exactly. And they're like, well, what do you mean? It's like 10 years? Who built all the factories? Who's producing all the wire? Who's producing the light bulbs? Who's installing this? Who's training the electricians? Who's building the generators to create the power?
I made the foundation to build that shit. Like they're split levels. It's all split levels and like weird underground shit. And then you got your dome buildings and you've got your fucking towers. And mate, like I said before in another vid, mate, I've got this road they're building up from me. It's taken 6 months to build a roundabout, and it's fucking like half a football field. And they've got diggers. They've got like every modern piece of equipment you can use, and they're
lasers
so slow. And this shit, we're led to believe it's crazy, bro. And one thing, mate, the word electricity, right? They say it was invented. Like, think of the word, mate. This is when this technology is obviously they're utilizing like atmospheric energy. Now, think of the word electricity. It's telling us electric city. So that's when the electric cities began, and they turned off the old city, bro. When that's when, or maybe that's when the electric cities began. That's what I think anyway. And that's like the old world already, like, You know, they
Mm.
probably didn't have the understanding, or some buildings they could probably still use, you know, and other things they wouldn't have been able to work out how to power yet and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, that's when the electricity.
Mm. And I mean, there's a lot in that word. L is God. Elect,
Yep.
right? Because they stole the power.
Yep.
And now we
Election.
have to elect them back into power. Election that happens between where you go to vote, the
Yep.
polling
And we're electing
between the polls.
Yeah, and electing ions, which are charged particles.
Yeah. Elect the ion, exactly.
Yeah.
So the ion is when you break down the smallest particle, you find energy. That's what it is, just energy, and that's the ion.
Yeah.
So everything with the ion on the end of it, it's just telling you that that's the source of energy. So you elect, them to power. You give them the source of energy to rule over you.
That's
Is
it.
that Melbourne, is it? Or is that
the votes are the volts? That looks like
volts? Yeah, well, what do we have in cathedrals? Vaulted ceilings.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
It's just everywhere, right?
Yeah, I love.
I mean, look at those towers on the front there, the front gate. What are those two towers like? Like, seriously?
I know. I just don't. They look like the big, you know, these entrances to cities, mate, or some form of an entrance.
They do.
Yeah, to this thing. But then they've just made it look all stupid. You know, they put a face on it and all that garbage. But, mate,
there was one in Perth as well, but
how long it would have
wasn't
taken.
Luna Park. It had like a big. Sorry, you go.
No, you go, bro.
I was just going to say there was one in Perth, but it had like a devil's face on it.
I'll show you that in a minute.
Luna.
Yeah, it's.
You've got it.
I'm pretty sure that's Melbourne. So, yeah, let's go back a bit. This
wow, look at that. Look through the gate there.
Yeah, that's a thing
on
called
that last one.
Green Echo Amusement Park. This one, it's really weird, mate. Some of these old amusement parks, fucking hell, they're just what were they, and what you know? And then they have to come up with stories for these things.
And it doesn't make sense because you're not making money off all those buildings. If you're building a park, right, you're building it to make money, right? One of these theme parks, right? You only make money off the rides and the food. You don't make money off building massive buildings that look like towers and castles and stuff. That's just expense that is not needed to be spent. It's just way too over the top.
And that's the face.
And see the top of that face. See the hair.
Yeah.
See the hair. Apart from the fact that's a very Moorish kind of cutout.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Statue of Liberty. That Lady Liberty's hair, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Does too. Two towers.
Twin towers. Yeah. Well, Tolkien, anyone? Also, Back to the Future, right? That was Twin Pines, and then it ended up as Lone Pine.
Yep. Wow, that's cool, mate. Yeah, we've said before, Back to the Future. I watch that probably once a week, falling asleep too. I can't watch a movie these days, but yeah, if I could have started that, I still watch it, going, wow.
I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, it's got the clock.
I went to look for a movie like the other night. I thought, I'll just watch a movie. It's late at night. I'll just hang out and I could not find a movie. The only thing I found that was vaguely, I found what was it, buddy? Fast and Furious 9. They're up to number 9.
Wow.
And I thought, oh fuck. And I thought, well, it might be action, it'll be shit, but it might, could be fun, a lot of action and car chasing. I turned it on and I had to turn it off after 20 minutes. I could not watch it. It was just so retarded.
Oh,
I was just like, so I have to movie.
Think what these movies are made for. We've got people who are that dumb. They go and like put in their bloodstream, just something these strangers give to them that they've never met, don't know who they are, and they go by the term controllers of the mind. So that's their like government. That's what it means. That's their motto, or that's what it means in reality. When mentis is Latin for mind and to govern is control. So, there's people injecting themselves. These movies are made for these imbeciles, bro. So we go to watch them. You're on different frequencies, mate. We're literally operating on different frequencies, and they're just in the gutter.
To be. I literally, that's the thing. I'm watching it just going, that doesn't make sense. That's crap. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. But other people will be sitting there obviously going, oh, that's so cool. Oh, look what they did there. Oh my God. And the worst thing about this movie is at the start, like the first 15 minutes, they're trying to build this backstory because it's Vin Diesel, this is like pretty much the only movie he's ever made, right? He's just made 9 of them. And they're trying to say like he's got a kid now and he's growing up and he's the dad and he's all emotional and all for the kid and all this stuff. And they've got this kid in the first 15 minutes, and then like their friend turns up and he's like, oh, our friend's been kidnapped, we have to go and save them, and he just leaves. The kid you don't see for the rest of the movie. So literally this dude has just abandoned his child and just gone to another country to drive cars. The kid just, that's it. And they put all this time and effort into the kid at the start, all this really trying to build this thing, and then gone, just out of the movie. It's just little things like that. That gets in your brain, right? That gets in your mind. That's our kids aren't that important. It's much more important to go and drive a car and have fun than to look after kids.
Oh, it is, mate. I don't want to, I've had family members who just want to go out partying and leave their kids at home with mum and dad. It's just these they shouldn't have kids, mate. Yeah.
Shouldn't have
Mate,
them.
this photo here, these 4 kids, I went to Waverley College.
Did they die?
Yeah, they died at Luna Park in one. It was a ghost train fire. But I was haunted by these places because they were in our we used to have a like a church at school, and then these guys were there was always a photo of these guys in the church, and fucking haunted me for many years looking at them, but
I mean, interesting, right? That it haunted you when they were killed where? The ghost train.
The ghost train, yeah, at Luna Park.
I mean, I remember that was back in the 80s.
Yeah. How about the photo I sent you, mate, of my friend? He went, he took a photo of the cemetery, and he reckons he had COVID. He takes a photo of the cemetery, puts it on his Facebook page, and then gets jabbed, puts it up, and then dies. And then he's dead.
Yeah, that's
fucking
weird because I mean I didn't know the guy, but there's no explanation as to why he changed his Facebook, what do they call it, profile picture to a cemetery, and then his last message was literally, I've just had my booster.
Yeah,
and then he's dead.
And then, you know what the funniest thing was, bro, all these people, this guy was my drummer in my band for 5 years, so we knew each other really well. And mate, so I've got all these people texting me going, mate, really sad, blah 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 has passed away, his liver just gave in, and he's been drinking a lot, and I'm just like, fucking hell, mate, people live till they're 80, 90 who drink a lot, and he's like, and this guy can handle his drink. His parents,
any guys heard of sailors?
Yeah, and they can't even put 2 and 2 together that he's just had the jab and now he's dead, and they think like he's got been drinking a bit too much. Fuck, mate.
I still can't believe that the whole Warnie thing hasn't blown up. People don't get that either. I just don't get it.
Yeah, mate. Anyway, I think, man, it's going to get to the point where it's undeniable.
Yeah. don't want to get this video taken down, do we?
No, yeah. So we'll
but
stay
yeah,
away from.
We'll stay away from that. But so Luna Park, yeah, they had that fire back in the 80s, and then they pretty much shut the park down, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, mate.
For like a decade or so. It was shut for is it open again now?
I think it is, man. Yeah.
But it was shut for a long time, like over a decade, I think.
Yeah, man. Like it's a. Yeah,
Which
it's a again, we've got a bit of a delay again, bro. But
we do. Yeah, those parks, they're all wood, right? Like the old wooden roller coasters that literally are the circuit, right? They're the circuit. They're always built on the very outside wall of those parks. So it's a circuit. But they're always made of wood, you know, and there's been a lot of them that have burnt down because obviously they're made of wood. But then the rest, you know, those other pictures we've been looking at, they're all big masonry buildings with electricity and stuff. Like there's a big disjunct. It's almost like they've found these places and maybe got them working, or they were still working with electricity and lights. And then they're like, oh shit, you know, what do we do? How do we make money? Oh, let's build let's turn this circuit into a roller coaster, because everything then they're built with wood.
Yeah.
You know, so it's these two different building styles. It's very strange.
Yeah, man. It's the reality is continually getting more interesting.
It is.
To say the
you know, do you want me to, I've got a couple of pictures. Do you want me to show you?
Mate, I'd love to yeah, share away, my friend.
I think I need access.
I was trying to get a few more. My day's just flown today and last night.
That's all right.
Crazy, bro.
I get it. You have to make me host or something. It's saying host disabled participant sharing.
Oh wait, I'll come into here. I'll just make you host, bro.
Hostess with the mostess.
Hostess with the mostess. There you go.
Now I'm the host. All righty. So this is, let me see, go away, top bit. How do I make it bigger? When we get stuff like this, I mean, look at that.
Wow, that's a great pick, brother.
Isn't it? Look at the amount of light. Now, this one is Luna Park, Coney Island.
Wow.
I don't have a date, though.
So did you think they used to go up, like there was a dude who'd go around lighting all of those, like in the street lights? They used to light.
Yeah, they're definitely, yeah, they're all candles. Yeah, someone went and lit them all.
They're all candles. Like that.
All candles.
The power too, bro, to generate that much electricity.
Back, you know, with what they tell us of how electricity, you know, went along. I mean, what was, you know, the narrative for the last sort of 20, 30 years, especially to do with light bulbs, is to make them more efficient, right? That they draw too much energy, that they give up, they lose too much in heat radiation. So these early, you got to think, that means that these early lights, they're drawing probably 4 or 5 times what you would draw today to run that. So they need even more energy. You know, they need better wiring, you know, because they're running higher amps and stuff. So that really has to be a much better system than we put in today for it to run. Or else it's going to be blowing fuses and burning out wires and starting fires and all this kind of stuff.
That's it, man. And think how long that's sat there dormant, and then they fucking turn up and it works.
And it works.
Yeah. And mate, that Bros of Decay, they have some great vids. That Bros of Decay, mate, they go through all these old castles and houses, and they're all giants' houses. They're all built for giants. Yeah, and they go to turn the light on. Haven't been used for 50 years or something. They all work.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I saw them, they found like an old theatre.
Look at that. That's
and this
cool.
old theatre out in the middle of nowhere, and it wasn't connected to
Edison
any
light, it says at the top.
grid and had power. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Edison. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So
Where
how many light bulbs
does
do you
it
reckon are in
say?
that?
Does it say Tesla light on the other side of that? Does it?
They've scratched out Tesla and put on Edison, I think. But this,
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
it's
whether
a
these people are
Tesla,
sitting at
mate.
the bottom here, but
What? Yeah.
this looks
Wow.
like
Fucking
there's a
sign.
freedom victory column. There's a victory column in Germany that looks exactly like this. It just doesn't have all the lights on it. But I mean, we've seen this, right? These round bits with the pillars. We
Wow.
see them everywhere.
Yeah.
And here we've got one with a big massive light bulb on its roof. You know, is that trying to tell us something? Did they all have these on their roof?
Wow.
You know, I mean, and look at this spotlight. Is that a spotlight coming out of here?
Fuck.
What do you reckon?
Wow.
You see that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, it's going straight up. It's going
Coming out of this.
Yeah, it's going behind that tower too.
Behind it.
Wow, what is that? Even that
You know,
device.
it's very
What
liney,
is
isn't
that,
it?
bro? Like that device down
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I don't know. It looks like a tuba. Looks like a tuba, doesn't it? It
Jesus.
definitely looks, you know, like a scientific instrument of some kind.
Yeah.
And it's got lights on it, and it's
And
shooting
look
out
how
this
big, but think of how
beam.
big that would be too, bro. Look how little the people are. And look at this
These
thing
people, yeah.
casting the light, you know, and even
Oh, look at this
this
dude.
tower
Look at
itself.
this guy.
Have they got masks
Look at this
on?
guy.
Does it look like
You
they have
see him?
masks on?
God, it does a bit, doesn't
Does he
it?
look a bit bigger?
Look at this guy. I think he looks a bit big.
He looks a bit bigger, doesn't he?
He does. Look at these two. You can imagine, like, yeah, he looks like a giant.
Fuck,
He looks like
does.
an 8 or 9 footer.
He does, doesn't he? Jeez, man. Where are they
I
hiding?
mean, if we go back to here, look at the difference. You know, look how big he is compared to these dudes. This is the thing. There's Kelly. We recorded yesterday. Kelly showed me some like paintings, just paintings from the 1700s, and there's giants all through them. You've just got to stop and look. And most people don't, or they go, oh, you know, they think the giants are the adults and the other people are just kids or something. But
Yeah.
like here's another one. What's this? Fets et Illuminations, Champs. Tartaria. 1790.
Fuck.
18th July 1790.
That's a find and a half.
Look at that,
man. Wow.
Look at that.
And behind it.
What is this thing?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's two more behind.
Oh, there's someone climbing up.
Oh, okay, there. Yeah, right. This.
Yeah. All that behind.
Is that someone?
Yeah.
Oh, it is someone climbing up.
And is that someone on top of the other one as well? Or is that just a sculpture?
Yeah, that looks like it. No,
Yeah.
that looks like a person.
Looks like,
I mean, this almost looks like a parachute type, like ride, maybe, doesn't it?
wow.
Well, who knows? But yeah, 1790. Yeah, and look at this circuit around the back, this wall of lights, which of course is exactly the same as
well,
what do they call them when you see, you know, all the political events? They have like the flowers, or I mean the leaves.
yeah,
There's a
okay.
name for it. But this shape, right? It's the same shape. It's the same shape. But look at all, and these people are just dancing around like it's a massive maypole.
Yeah.
You know, people absolutely. Look at the crowds. There's a lot of people there.
A lot of people, man. That's an extraordinary pick. Wow.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Fuck.
So literally, that's, you know, if we go by this date, like that's what, 70, 80 years at least before we were told electricity was even invented. let alone who was making the light bulbs, right?
Goodbye this shit narrative we've been spun right there and then in that one pic. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, here's their wreath. I don't know what RF is. But these are these poles we see everywhere, these sort of power poles without wires.
Yep. So we've got
wireless all through the street.
Wireless power.
Wireless power, and then we've got our lights here, we've got our little bunker booth thing. You know, and of course we've got all the soldiers on their horses, and what are they about to do? Charge.
Oh, even that, bro.
That'll be going back to the battery.
Yeah, think of this, mate. Think of this. This is just insane, right? If you were a commander or whatever in charge of a battalion or a fucking, you know, an army, right? And let's just say you thought outside the box, right? Let's just say you've got an army line, you know, they're all lined up down one end of the field, you know, you got your blokes at the other end, and they fucking charge. I would personally, I would go, okay, we know where they are. Like, why don't we not
shoot?
Yeah, or why don't we just go around the back, you know, and fucking attack them when they're not ready for it? Like, well, you had half a brain, like this whole thing of, okay, we're just so pride and we'll do the right thing, and this is war, like what? Yeah. War, like you do the right thing during war. You just okay, archers, you know, pull, if fucking 100 men just died. It's like, fuck, why did we do that? You know, like I wouldn't want to watch my men die like that. You know, this idea of war, bro, where they shoot the archers and then send in the horses and then you fucking do, you know, it's mind-numbingly dumb.
Like it's a chess game. Yeah, it's retarded.
Yeah,
it's retarded. And I mean, the red coats, right? They were called the red coats. What, they're going out and having wars in the bush and they're wearing red. I mean, talk about turning yourself into a target. You know, it's like, it's dumb. But literally, and they've made movies to try and push this point where literally you'll get, you know, in the movie, you'll get a line of dudes in red coats, and on the other side, there's a line of dudes in blue coats, and they stand there and they all lift up their guns and they shoot at each other, and half of them die. And it's like,
what a load of shit. I would just go, all right, everyone quickly, fuck, they're just about to load their guns. Let's, all right, run, everyone run around. Let's fucking jab it. What a load of shit. What a load of shit.
Is it even possible? Is it even possible for a human to have people pointing guns at them, knowing they're about to pull the trigger and to not move? Is that even possible?
Well, imagine you have to overcome all you got the powder and you're juggling gun juggling and
shoving your ball down the end with your rod.
Fucking hell. Anyway, look at this pic. That's amazing.
And the thing is
this Photoshop?
They didn't get paid anything either.
Is this Photoshop?
Yeah, well, I don't think so. What do we got down here?
1898.
Copyrighted. So I don't think it's Photoshopped. You can see his hand here around the pole. But the question is, how the hell did he get there?
How did he get up there? Fucking can climb in that suit.
Was he like,
look at his shoes.
In that suit? Didn't even drop his hat off. Looks like, you know, is there an airship sitting here, just here out of the picture?
That's
But look at the tech.
But even then, to climb onto that, it'd take balls of steel. I don't know if you get me jumping off my airship onto that, just holding on to the photo. Like one slip, he doesn't look like a real fit dude. You know, he's just on the side of the ball, bro. One arm. Like, I reckon that's fake.
It doesn't look young. It could be. This could be on the ground. Who knows?
Yeah, like that's.
But I mean, look at these light bulbs.
Fuck.
Look how high up in the air they are.
Yeah.
What happens when one of them blows? And we're talking what, 1892, when these are brand new tech, so they're probably blowing left, right, and centre.
Yeah,
but just the chains as well. It's very.
Yeah.
It's very. It looks like a lamp almost. This whole bit, doesn't it? Like those old sort of gas lamps you saw.
Wow, that's just
And look down,
wow.
look what
Look at
we've
that
got down in the
building
background.
behind.
Steve.
Oh my goodness
Yeah,
me.
just
And
red.
well, that's
All by
probably a
itself, nothing
that just
around
looks
it.
like a giant's house behind. Like that's just like a normal house,
Yeah.
Just going home.
Yep.
See you, Mum. Going home.
It's ridiculous. So
That's a cool pic, bro.
I mean, there's tons of this stuff. I mean, these ones. Is this a see that this is a boat?
Wow, it is
See
a boat.
this?
Yep.
This is like a ship. Why isn't it in the water? How the hell did it get up on this wall?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be down here. Like, what's that doing? But this is just, I don't have any reference for this, but I mean, this is what, the old world would look like. There's towers everywhere, domes everywhere,
Yeah.
free energy, completely built out, man-made canals,
Look at the wall.
free energy by just traveling on the canals, right? And this is the thing, everyone thinks free energy is just electricity, but you build canals everywhere and those canals have a current.
Yep.
That's free energy. You just get in your boat. You don't have to expend energy to just float down the river to the next town. So,
that's it, man. And then just get the train home.
That they had it sus. Now, yep, you can get the train home, get the airship
home. Look at that. What the hell is that? Jeez, man. Pull the guns out today on me. I'm gonna have to fucking concentrate a bit more before our next vid.
You have to go find some good photos, mate.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look at this. So we've got horse-drawn trams. So we're talking what, 1880s, 1890s. And of course, you would build a whole entire tram system, including all the rails, everything, before you could power it, right? But they can power these lights.
Yeah.
But they can't power the tram. Okay.
Look at the
This is clearly a castle.
Yeah.
But what is that?
What is that? That's awesome.
And on the top, it looks like we've got like a dragon or something.
It's just amazing, mate. Are we ever going to know the truth? Like, I don't think we are.
Well, this is the thing. I mean,
but,
there's this, if this is a simulation, which it seems to be, if you're building a simulation, and which is a program, right?
Yep.
If you think of a video game today, you're going to put all the effort and all the coding is going to go into the present of that game.
Yep.
Right. When it comes to the backstory, you're not going to put anywhere near as much effort in there, are you? You're just going to sort of have a bit of a backstory. It's exactly what it looks like when we look into the past, don't we? We've got this backstory, but it doesn't make sense. It looks like it's just been thrown together. Nothing, so yeah, I don't know. Will we ever know the truth?
There's an old saying, mate.
The truth may be it's just all a scam.
Wow. Fucking hell. Those who control the past control the future.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right. 1984. I never used to understand what he was saying when he said that. But now I do.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Now, what is it? Those who control. He says three of them, doesn't he? Those who control, but one of them is those who control the present, control the past, and those, who control the past, control the future. Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and what is this? I don't know. Like, again, we've got our circuit, our iron fence circuit around the outside. And that's just, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, that's clearly tech. Look at this.
It's amazing.
And then, of course, in the background, we have this.
Yeah.
Right.
And mate, these are cities. This is just all around the world. Same architecture, whether it be barbarian, Tartarian, whatever you want to call it. There was a one race or one world civilization here. And it doesn't even, like, when you think about it, you just go, yeah, look, that makes sense. Like, fuck, like, if you were, like, before we got, before this realm has been invaded or whatever has happened and these evil asswipes have taken over, it just shows the glory and what we can create, mate, you know, when we're left to create.
left alone, left alone, yeah, without
Yeah, left
yeah.
alone. Like, leave us. Fucking cretins, mate. That's, you know,
I
cretins.
mean, look at this, right? I mean, just for instance, imagine trying to build that today, what you'd have to go through. You know, if you had all the materials and all the skills and all the workers, imagine the amount of crap the government would give you and the amount of, you know, certificates they'd want you to show and all these things you'd have to pay for, and, you know, building permits and crap and all this stuff. Like, so much stuff that most people would be like, oh, well, fuck that, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they just did it, right? They just did it. So we've got all the answers. We've just got a bunch of psychopaths trying to stop us from using those answers. But I mean, look at the lights underneath this thing as well. Look at all these light bulbs. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's clear. It just looks like it's a massive antenna, like showing off, doesn't it? Look how much energy we can pull down. Look at all the lights we can light up. Whoa. Because that's just, right? That's what it looks like.
Mm.
It looks a little bit phallic as well, but, you know, you get that.
Yeah. Get that a lot. But wow.
I don't even, and these are these angels? See in the background here?
Yeah, they look like angel wings or something.
Look like angels, or you know, fairies or something.
But
so yeah, I mean, there's just
big too,
and all those pictures, all from, you know, late 1800s, very early 1900s, when this was a brand new technology. So doesn't fit the story, doesn't fit the narrative. You go and talk to an electrician, ask them how long it would take to wire up, you know, Luna Park, right? They'd be like, oh my God, man, what are you talking about? Give me a team of 100 people and, you know, 3 months to work it out, and then it might take us a few years. I mean, but no, they work these things up in weeks with unskilled people. And they didn't even have the scaffolding, because this is all up on towers up in the air, right? How are they even affixing it that high? You know, so
everything is a lie, I think we can safely say, bro. Yeah.
Yep, you can find all about it in the library.
Wow, nice. Just doesn't stop. You know?
Right?
Fuck.
The library, you know, you want to go to the inventory instead, right? That's where
that's a great one, that, you know, just slowly releasing the inventions from the inventory, you know,
from the inventory,
you know.
That's it.
And it's all, mate, just the ability with words, you know. These people, you know, I love the one, you know, I always say to people, do you ever feel weak during the week? And they go, oh fuck, that's weird, you know.
yeah.
Like, what about on a weekday? Do you feel like you're in a weekdays? And they go, fuck, that's weird. And you go, yeah. What about on the weekend? Do you feel weakened? And they're like, fuck, what's going on?
Do you feel weakened?
Yeah. And then you go, what about when you go to work at this job you hate? Yeah. And you wake in the morning? Is it like going to a funeral wake in morning? You know, and to earn a living and
morning,
the ashes of the dead.
And earn, nice.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
It just goes on and on and on. And have you heard the ship one? The ship berths either side of the banks. The ship carries,
probably. Like
the ship carries precious cargo, just like a woman. You know, it's got its semen on board. It's got its semen on board. Women semen.
Yeah.
Both got what do they call it? They've got to go to get either side of the banks of the canal. The woman's got a canal either side of the banks, and the goods, and the goods float through the currents of the sea. That's where we get the term currency.
Yeah, currency, exactly.
Yeah, man. And then once you
even in roads, we have you go.
I was just going to say, once we birth, you get the citizen. You can board the citizenship.
Citizenship, yeah.
Once you get your birth certificate. So fucking hell.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
And then it keeps going, right? It's such a scam. Yeah, it's all in the spelling. It's all in the spelling, you know, and they say that we're lost at sea.
Yeah.
Maritime, you know, the Admiralty law, they've thrown us overboard. But yeah, the banks, the water, the currency, the current, and the thing is, this was all stuff that was used to make our lives better. And they've just inverted everything, right? They've just inverted it all and changed it. And that's not the problem. The problem is that we believe it and we go along with it. That's the problem. You know, people spreading this stuff. Oh, you should do that, you know, and oh, how dare, what? You don't have a license? What are you, oh my God, you must be a criminal. What? You don't vote? You don't vote for pedophiles? You must be a criminal.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff of society that tries to hold us back and hold us in this holding yard, right? With all the other normies, you know, all the other retards.
Fuck.
It's a massive thing just to stop us thinking. It's, you know, like tradition. Was it you who said it? I can't remember who said it to me, but like tradition is peer pressure from dead people.
No, that wasn't me, but I like it. I'll use it.
It's good, isn't it?
Fuck yeah, man. Words just go. See, words can be used as swords.
Yes,
an S,
of course, right?
You know, and yeah,
and see, the front.
Yeah, and then they're just see they're casting their spells through broadcasting.
Casting.
You know? And Hollywood.
Casting is when you make something. Right?
That's it, man. As we know, Hollywood comes from the was it the Druids who
the wood of the holly tree? The wood of the holly tree. They used to make wands.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where we get the Hollywood's casting their spells. And it's just so easy to see, mate. They're fucking doing these ones.
They're broadcasting, right?
Broadcasting.
They cast a broad spell. And stars, right? The Hollywood Walk of Fame, is that what it's called? The you know, Star Boulevard or whatever the hell they call it. You know, again, what is a star? Where did we get the shape of a five-pointed? It's not like right, it's behind me, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen a five-pointed star? Ever?
Well,
no. They don't exist. They do not exist. So where have we got this concept that a star is a five-pointed shape? It's not. Clearly it's not. So there's something going on there too. You know, this is this whole star thing, you know.
Well,
you've got all these things.
Everyone wants to be a rock
stars from Earth.
Yeah.
Rock star.
You know, yeah.
Well, I was thinking the other day about
pop star, sister.
You know, what was the first big rock song, right? Yes, yeah. Sister, yeah, pop star. The first big rock song was Rock Around the Clock. The clock, the sky clock, a rock going around the sky clock. Is that the moon? Is that the sun? Or is that them trying to tell us, no, you live on a ball? And guess who sang that? Who sang Rock Around the Clock? Bill Haley and the Comets.
Wow.
Ever heard of Haley's Comet?
Yeah, man.
Is that a rock that goes around the clock? Rock around the clock, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's literally the first big rock song. What are they trying to tell us? You live on a ball. Haley's Comet is a rock that goes around you. You know, it's just it's everywhere. It's in all the music, in all the pop. It's just.
It's frustrating. It's fucking frustrating, mate. You know, but it's like the stupid people believe anything, mate. You know, they're told. It's because they don't think.
Ignorance is bliss.
How about when they told them with people like this, when all this bullshit about this fake start 2 years ago began, you know, and they said, if you stand up, you're sweet. Oh, yeah, but if you sit down, it's a different height. So if you're standing up, no, you don't have to wear a mask or whatever, but sitting down, yep, or is the other way around. But anyway, like they're having a full-on laugh.
Probably the other way around,
yeah. The other way around. But I was like, when that all went down, I know we're just having a chat, but fucking hell, I'll never ever understand how stupid like the normies are. But
I can't. I can't believe like I still remember hearing the first stories, and it was one afternoon, and literally there was this bang, 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 bang. All suddenly it was a thing, and I'm hearing Australia, America, Europe, Asia, Russia are all doing the exact same thing at the exact same time.
Yeah.
I don't see why people didn't go, that's a bit weird. I mean, I instantly went, oh, this is all bullshit. Completely.
Same.
Obviously.
Same.
Just as soon as I heard that, I'm just like,
yeah.
Governments don't work together. They don't. They have wars and try and kill each other, or that's what they want us to believe. So now they're all friends? Well, no. But people, how did that go over people's heads? I guess they watch the news, right? And they believe that all the governments are doing, you know,
well, mate,
which is fear, right? Because if you're prepared to look after yourself and you're not prepared to grow up and fucking do something and go, well, I don't like this, so I need to change it. I'm not going to go on Twitter and yell and scream and cry, but I need to do something. Then it's bullshit. But if you believe the governments are there to look after you and they're going to do it, well, it's easy, right? It's easy with, oh, don't worry, it's just the government. And then if you're wrong, well, you get to blame someone. So you're all good, right? Even though your life's crap and you're probably full of poison, you're about to die, at least you get to blame someone.
Yeah. Mate, stupid is, stupid does. I think it was Forrest Gump.
Stupid is, that stupid does.
You get what you're given.
Mama said life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh, I used to love Tommy.
That got Mandela. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
So sad.
The worst one I saw was in Toy Story, because he was Woody.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this one scene. It might even be in the second one. And there's this crazy pizza delivery truck that's in the story. Pizza, right? And there's this scene of him chasing, I've forgotten what he says, but of Woody, you know, like trying to get into this pizza truck and stuff. And it's just like, oh, hang on. And you don't, if you didn't know about that, it wouldn't even mean anything. You know, we see it and we're like, oh, far out, man, you know, Comet Pizza, bloody hell, what's going on here? I think it might have even been called Comet Pizza, the van. It was a really weird thing, like this one little clip. And I was just like, but yeah, what happened to Tom?
Well, mate,
where's Tom gone?
Disney's NASA. NASA and Disney are the same. But yeah, where's Tom? Where's Big Tom?
Yeah.
Tommy Spanks.
Disney. Walt Disney was best friends with Werner, wasn't he? Werner von Braun.
They were buddies. And Walt Disney was Hitler. I'm sure of it.
But apparently so. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, but this is what
I just reckon well, everything's in it. I just love. How about Elvis as Trump? Or Trump as Elvis?
Well, China. That's my Elvis Trump impersonation. Like it? Well, China. But I mean, they both have fabulous hair, so probably something to that.
The mouth is a pretty good giveaway too, bro. The old lips. Have a look.
Didn't Elvis used to have like one of them?
Oh yeah, but that's Trumpage too. He's always like that.
You know, where the lip goes up. What's that called?
That's Trump.
Is that Trump? Sorry, you have to look at the mouth.
Trump does the same. So it's interesting, but yeah. Anyway, well, on that note, I might have to wrap it up. Mr. Purvis, my missus has been very patient in the other room, so I'm going to have to thank you once again. Love you and leave you. And, mate,
no worries. I think we'll get an hour and a half there somehow.
Yeah, I'll endeavour to fucking come back next session with some better photos.
It's on now, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a photo competition.
It's
begun. I'll get out there and look, and we'll meet back here and see who wins.
That's it, and we'll put it out there to the guys to have a vote. All right, who's got the best picks?
Yeah, who wins?
Yeah,
who's got the best picks?
Yeah,
for sure. Anyone out there with really, really good picks, send them to my email.
That's it. Yeah,
You'll
Mr.
win.
Purvis, well, bro, thanks for your time, brother. Love your work.
Thank you.
And anything
Thank
you'd like
you,
to add before we
gentlemen,
leave?
and happy birthday to your daughter.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday to your daughter. Say hello to the fam.
Thanks,
And
bro.
yeah, guys,
Yeah.
just stay awesome. Don't believe the hype. Get out there and be self-educated.
That's it. Be autodidactic.
That's the one.
The only way. All right, bro. Take care, my man.
Cheers, mate.
See you, brother.
Talk to you soon.
Speak soon, bro. Bye, mate.
See ya.